What's up, YouTube? What's up? The first video today gonna be about a guy, undeserving MVP NFL. Brett Favre got it in '97. He was tied with Barry Sanders, and he had a really good year. They were 12, 13, and 3, 3,800 yards passing, 35 touchdowns. Except for the problem with what they had him tied with Barry Sanders was that Barry Sanders ran for 2,053 yards. And at that time when he did it, I think it was only like 6 cats had done it. It's still a rare feat, even with Saquon Barkley the past year doing it. We had 9, 10 guys tops who've ever done it. So it's still pretty shallow, hollow ground to reach that. Not to mention 9-7 with the Lions. What you've seen the last few years with the Lions was not the norm when Barry Sanders played. He did not have the Dan Campbell magic to roll around or to get deep in the postseason. That was unheard of. So that makes what Barry Sanders did, why he had to share an MVP with Brett Favre, the more makes your head scratch. It's a questionable MVP. Questionable that it was a tie, but they always have to sell a certain quarterback and they have to sell a certain way, and there's always a certain agenda. It's always been how the NFL has always been, probably how it always will be, sad to say, that this is what they have to do. So this is kind of how it goes, It's one of those things that we wish it wasn't so predictable, wasn't so actual, but it really is. I remember that year, and they were really trying hard because you remember he was in the movie There's Something About Mary. Brett Favre was a household. He's still a household. That's why he got away with that whole thing with the borrowing the money in Mississippi. And nobody came after Brett Favre. But anyway, that stories just go here and there. He's almost like a folk hero. He's kind of like a lord and he used to do what he do. And he got to draw a tie with a divisional rival. Barry Sanders, to me, is far better as a running back than Brett Favre is a quarterback. We can debate that if you want to. Let me know. If you ever like my live stream and you want to have a debate about that part, we can definitely make that a showcase. I will gladly take that. Because once you get past the ring that Brett Favre's got and the 2 straight trips to Super Bowl, but once you answer the question, he looked not good in the Super Bowl that he won, and he looked good in the second Super Bowl, but John Elway was more magical with the helicopter. Let me know. Before we talk about all the pieces that were in place for Green Bay to win the first one with Desmond Howard pop locking. Remember? Yeah. And the talent he had around him. But anyway, that should not have been a draw tie. I've seen better seasons that could have been a tie. That wasn't one of them. But they wanted to have a token there, and they wouldn't let Barry Sanders have it without it. Sad to say, that's kind of how it went. So, But anyway, yeah, I'm curious as to what you think about that. Because I don't think they should have had no tie for that. I think Barry Sanders was clear cut the MVP. Buddy and mine back in the day were kind of looking at each other like, mm, 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 mm. You just kind of don't really know how to picture that. You really don't know the dynamics of that. Anyway, please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out with time. Peace.